These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Christine Stanwood with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. New tonight, police officially identifying the person who was hit and killed by a car along the 303 yesterday. We're learning Jermaine Perez Ortiz Jr. was apparently trying to get a ladder from the road when he was hit. The 79-year-old from Surprise was the only reported death in the wreck, which shut down the southbound lanes of the freeway for several hours. Private contractors to track down children who are undocumented immigrants and restarting family detention centers. We're learning new details on how President-elect Donald Trump plans to enact his mass deportation plan. Incoming White House border czar Tom Homan reiterating to the Washington Post this week the Trump administration will focus on people with criminal records and said migrant families with children who were born in the U.S. will have to choose whether they want to be separated or be deported together. But some cities are pushing back, refusing to cooperate with certain aspects of Trump's immigration policies, including Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego.
Our police department complies with state law. So if someone commits a violent crime, they're put in jail. Then if they do not have legal status, immigration would become involved. But what we are telling our community, if you are a victim of a crime, if you are a witness of a crime, it is not our job to check your immigration status.
Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs said last month she is willing to work with Trump when it comes to border security, but will not tolerate actions that harm Arizonans. All this comes as data shows the number of migrant encounters along the southern border is plummeting. 94,190 migrants were encountered by U.S. Customs and Border Protection last month. The first time since January of 2021 that encounters dropped below 100,000. A 10% drop from the month before and an almost 70% decline from December's peak when encounters rose above a record 300,000. Around Arizona and across the nation, more and more families are finding themselves priced out. This as the cost of living just keeps rising. Now new data from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development shows us just how bad the problem has gotten. Get this, a federal point-in-time count from a single night last January found 770,000 Americans without a place to live. That represents an 18.1% surge from 2023. Family homelessness surged a whopping 39% over the same time period. Now, this report also touts efforts to fight the surge with new targeted funding and affordable housing units in cities like Dallas and Los Angeles, which saw homelessness drop for the first time in 7 years. As homelessness and housing insecurity grow, the majority of those accounting for the uptick are kids. At the local level, the new HUD data shows that in 2024, more than 1,900 Arizona kids under the age of 18 are experiencing homelessness. That's up from 1,585 in 2023, an increase of more than 300 children. Nonprofits tell us there are many factors driving this.
They're at the mercy of whatever situation they're born into. And unfortunately, if you're a single parent especially, it's hard to make ends meet, especially right now. We know rent has gone up, grocery bills are higher, and if you're a single parent trying to take care of kids, that might just not even be possible.
Hear about some of the solutions local advocates believe would combat this growing crisis coming up at 6. And taking a peek now at where New York City preparations are well underway for the country's biggest New Year's Eve party. Crews are hard at work installing the dazzling crystals on the iconic New Year's Eve ball. It takes more than 2,600 of those crystals you see there to make the ball really shine. The 2025 design features the letter E on the crystals, which is meant to symbolize unity. On New Year's Eve, the ball will drop down a nearly 140-foot pole.
Let's get a check at that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Ashley DiMartino, and we are going to start to warm things up heading into this last weekend of December, last weekend of 2024. High pressure is going to stay just to our south as we head into these next couple of days. That's going to keep that storm track and the jet stream a little bit too far to the north, so we're not dragging any moisture in. We're going to have some clouds coming and going and temperatures warming each and every afternoon. So here's what we can expect as we head into tomorrow. It will be a no burn day for the valley for Saturday, which means no wood burning of any kind, and do limit your outdoor activities if you suffer from respiratory issues. Temperatures will be mild, sitting in the upper 60s to the low 70s across the valley around the state. 56 for Flagstaff, 63 for Payson, 56 for Shiloh, 62 for Prescott, and 69 for Bullhead City. Temperatures warming to 75 degrees on Sunday and on Monday, putting us 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of year.